Who'd wake me up in the morning with a kiss on my head? Leave a note on the refrigerator door so I don't forget.
When should you leave home? How should you leave home? How do you know you're ready to leave home? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'll be talking about what you need to know before you leave home from my personal experience. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone, and also watch to the end because I'll be dropping some amazing stuff that is really going to be helpful. So let's get right into it. At the age of 17, I made my first million. By the time I was 19, I already tripled it, and I felt so good. And the year I was talking about is like dollar wasn't like this. I made it in naira. Dollar wasn't like this, so the exchange rate was crazily good, and that was a lot of money. And at a point, I just felt like I needed to stay by myself. I felt like now I could stay by, because I could afford it, you understand? So now I want to stay by myself. I need my own space. But I didn't want to just leave home like that. I wanted to leave for a reason. And I thought about it. I have a mentor, Amazing Clef. You guys might know him. I noticed that he had his own apartment, and he was using his sitting room, the living room, as the studio, and his other room was like his workspace. So I wanted something like that. I felt like if I ever want to leave, I have to get a space where I can work and I can create from. But the problem with that was, when I wanted to get my apartment on the island in Lagos, it was crazily expensive. I could afford it, but it was taking every of the money I made. My mom got scared. She said, don't do this, you understand? And I didn't want to do something that she wasn't comfortable with. So I came up with another plan. I was going to get admission and go to school and then just set up my space in school. I decided to go to MusicBed in Benin, Edo State, to study computer science. I felt like, oh, it's related to like creative stuff, computer science. Now I can just get an apartment, set up my studio and then work from there. And then it's still computer science. So I'm just like very close to like computer and the creative world. Big mistake. Because when I got to Benin, Edo State, I discovered that the market for photography, the creative work that I do, was way different than the one in Lagos. So, and then I also forget that schooling requires some mental and a lot of physical work. You understand? A lot of mental work, actually. So I got to Benin, I got my apartment. I started setting it up just the way I thought I was going to set it. I got my camera, got my lights, started setting up a studio. but I wasn't able to leverage on it because, like I said, the market in Lagos was different from the market in Benin. And also, school was stressful. School was stressful. Now I needed to deal with school and I needed to deal with my creative part. Which brings me to the first thing that you have to know, that living home requires a lot of mental and physical requirements. So you have to be so ready. Because if I had been physically and mentally ready, I would have just gotten my apartment in Lagos. My mom wouldn't be able to like influence my decision. I would have been able to stand on it to get my apartment in Lagos and just stick to it. But because I wasn't ready, you understand what I'm saying? I'm still quite young, because there are just some maturity that doesn't come because you have money. Though some people are able to like get matured earlier on in life, I like to see myself as someone like that. But there are just some things that you just have to learn on yourself, like based on you understand, based on your life experiences, based on what you see. And that just came as a shock to me because I just got to that place and I didn't know what I was doing there, you understand? And on the long run, I had to drop out. You understand? Which brings me to the second thing is actually staying by yourself, living home requires you to now start dealing with new set of people, and you have to be matured enough to deal with them. You understand? You have your landlord, you have your new neighbors, you have people in the streets. You have like new people that you have to meet and deal with every day of your life. Because when I got my apartment then, and then we always had issues in the apartment, based on water, light bills, and stuff like that. It was new to me. I wasn't ready because I didn't even know what to contribute, what to say at that point. So I was just too young. You understand what I'm saying? And then you find out that these little bills, like light bills, water bills, even setting up your apartment, are crazily expensive. And you have to be ready for it, like I said. So you want to make sure that you are matured enough. Now you know how to deal with people. You understand? When you talk to people, people are able to like respect what you say. They listen to you. You understand? You're not too young. Your face is not too young, because people are really like crazy out there. They don't mind taking advantage of you. So you have to know that you have a little sense of like maturity in you to be able to deal with like these kind of things, and you're able to deal with people properly. Which brings me to the third thing is living home. Your rent might actually be the easiest part of it, especially the first year rent. So you want to know that you want to get an apartment that you can be able to like fund the place. So aside from paying your rent, you have to know you're getting your couch. Let's say you're setting up your space. You have to know that these things, they cost a lot of money. And like I said, there are recurring bills like electricity, water, and other stuff like that. So you have to know that when you're living, you have enough money to set your space and then to like take care of your bills. You understand? So you don't get tired or you don't get like frustrated on the long run. And also, staying by yourself, living by yourself can take a physical and mental toll on you. What do I mean? Like, now when you stay by yourself, when you're home, the plates, the laundries, the sweeping and everything, there's a schedule for it. Even food, your mom has a schedule for it. Oh, you're going to eat this. When you start staying by yourself, it is not freedom the way people think it is. Now it means you have to be responsible for yourself. You have to think of what to eat every day. You have to take care of the laundry, the dishes, sweep the floor. And then you don't want to leave these things, because if you leave them, your place is just going to stink up. So you want to know that this is going to take some physical toll on you. So if there's a work that you're doing that is making you money, you have to now add the physical chores to it, and you don't have a choice. There's nobody that is going to do it for you, except you want to hire people and pay extra money to do that for you. You understand? And also, let's now say you even want to stay with someone. Let's say you want to contribute to get an apartment with someone, like your friend. You have to know that living with someone is different from just having them as a friend. When you live with someone, you're seeing them every day of your life. You have to know how to deal with them. You have to know how to like just deal with someone. Human relationship, like me, there's a way I set up my space. There's a way I want it to be. When you have a friend, when you have a second person staying with you, you have to know they'll start like moving out. Maybe they are not washing the plates on time. Maybe they are not sweeping the floor as and when you want it to be. You have to know how to deal. You have to know how to like express your feelings. Oh, I don't want it to be this way. You have to know that fight could happen. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have to be able to maintain these things, because now you stay by yourself and there is nobody to look out for you. You are looking out for yourself and you don't want to put yourself in harm's way. You understand what I'm saying? So that still talks about maturity, just knowing that staying by yourself takes a lot of physical and mental requirements. Which brings me to the final thing, which is leave home for a reason. You understand? Have a reason, have a motivation, because that motivation is what is going to keep you going. You understand? Because there are just some days that you just feel like mentally alone. You understand? There's a kind of depression. It's not too severe. It could be severe for some people, but you just feel like nobody loves you, like you're all by yourself. And that is your mind just tricking, because now you stay by yourself, you see yourself all day. It's normal routine. But when you have a motivation, like I said, Amazing Clef uses a space for studio space. When I knew him, he was shooting, he was creating, you understand? So he had a motivation. You understand? Look at me too. I have my space, I'm creating, I have a motivation. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't just leave. Now I have a motivation. Though I'm more mature than I was then, I'm no longer the young AK, I'm older. But yeah, just have a motivation, because that is going to just help you keep going. You understand what I'm saying? And also, you want to be able to do something that is going to like be footing your bills, because you don't want to stay by yourself and start calling home for food or be calling home for rent or stuff like that. Like me, I don't like loaning my rent. I like paying it by myself, which is another reason that I decided to stay on the mainland. You understand? I'm not pushing myself to stay on the island. That's another thing you want to put it at the back of your mind. Stay where you can afford, the bills, where you can like have control, full control over it. You understand? So I'm staying on the mainland right now because the accessibility doesn't really matter to me right now. What matters to me is the space, because I'm working with brands. No, I just need to shoot content. So I need a space where I can create my content, shoot, edit, and just be comfortable in, which is why I settled for the mainland. And it is cheaper and affordable for me. You understand what I'm saying? So have a motivation, have a thorough motivation. Don't leave home because your friends left, or because you're trying to impress, or because you're mad at them at home, or because you just feel like, nah, you have money and you want to leave. Leave home because you have a reason to leave. And that brings me to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment if I missed out on anything, or if there's anything you want to share, a question you want to ask me. I'll be going through the comments, I'll be responding to it. And yeah, another thing is you have to be prayerful. God to direct your path. You understand? And my prayer for everybody, for every young person that is watching this video, is for God to direct your path and help you make the right decisions. And like I said, if you're having a lot of fun on this YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. And yeah, I'll be talking about some other stuff on this YouTube channel, like how I got into full-time content creation, how I'm making money, how I get brands, how much I made. It's just going to be like a lot of fun on this channel. So stick with me. It might take time for me to draw videos. I'll try to be consistent with it. And I appreciate you guys' support so far. Thank you guys for supporting me on my journey so far. I appreciate it. I love you guys a lot. And yeah, don't forget to stay safe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Cheers.